Hello everyone and welcome to the map Amphion. Joining me here, the upper left corner of the map, the blue drones, the blue hatchery. Always a fan favorite, it feels. It is Dark. And his opponent, the red SCVs, the second half of this highlight professional match of StarCraft 2. Also, I would say quite a fan favorite. It is Clem. The sword. The sword of Terran. I like that one, personally speaking. Where are all these SCVs going? They're just going to normal places, actually. Nothing we need to really focus on at this point in time. Dark, likewise, normal. Everything's fine except for the map, the doodads, the graphics on this. This is what happens when you put a hatchery, when you slap it down on that nice hardwood floor. Okay, just at your own discretion. All right, keep something around to clean it up, make it all polished, look nice. What is it? Some kind of like wood polishing oil, the microfiber towel, I don't know. Everything just gets a paper towel and a vacuum cleaner around here, okay. Worker battle at the third base. Blood is being shed. I hear the Reaper in the natural, but this is the true fight. Oh my gosh. The drone gets to the extractor. Reaper will not have that drone for dinner. Nope. Oh. It's a balancing act. The TvZ battle that we all know and love. We're very familiar at this point. I'm surprised the SCV is still here, though. The SCV just blocking the hatch for the Reaper at this point. Extractor tricking about. The Queen gets to remember what it is to be a flying unit for a brief moment in time. The Queen should be able to shoo the Reaper away, though. Follow the Reaper as he makes his great escape here. Outrunning. Oh, not gonna get that hatchery. Dark will get that placed down. Third base on the way. What has Clem been doing behind this, though? Because you know Clem, he's been busy. Alright, not your average, not your typical. Here, no. Clem's been building behind this. Switching those buildings around. Hellions on the way. Barracks, making a tech lab, it would seem, for the starport. No, actually, I want that tech lab. It's mine. I worked hard on it. I'm gonna make a marine. Yes, precisely. That's exactly how that should go. The Hellions, they're just scratching the paint on the side of that hatchery in progress. Nothing too scary here. Getting a creep tumor. Huge win. Victory. Condition met. Ah, you wanted stim packs. Okay, that makes more sense now. I thought you were just putting it back down, letting the barracks do a couple push-ups, get its morning workout in before making a marine off of a tech lab barracks. That's okay. Stim on the way, 3rd CC coming up as well. The Hellions, they're just kind of testing the waters at this point. Going for creep tumors where possible. Making sure Dark has to waste as much energy as, possibly can. Creep tumors will start to get down, though. And not like a dance party get down. More just like kind of burrowed. The Hellions, they don't appear to really want to push it, to press it at this point. With Ling speed in play, gosh, it's a little difficult to say. I mean, the Liberator up at the top left is getting a little bit of damage done. You would think, maybe the goal is to distract Dark. Dark has to deal with this, but it's just moving the spore around. Canceling the spore route. The juggle. 2 queens and a spore should be able to keep this relatively safe, though. Dark with a bit of an ambitious 4th hatch, I would say. Get the queens up here. Get ready for defense. Getting that put down before the Hellions are really shoot away. Well, they're just going to keep being annoying. Oh, Liberator actually used its anti-air attack. Is that even legal now? Can we do that? It's like Microbial Shroud. You can't really do that without somebody either making fun of you or having to make an over-exaggerated thumbnail face. Like, oh, yeah, Liberator anti-air attack thumbnail material right there. It's possible. I'm hoping I'll get something better than that out of today's match. This is a mineral wall. The Hellions, of course, not quite adept, for lack of a better pun, at working their way through minerals and rocks. Not going to have a whole lot of success there. They have to go all the way around, which is less than ideal. Ooh, gonna get a couple tumors. Dark, little, he's aggressive with the creep tumors so far. That's been the back and forth. Behind this, though, I mean, they both have been working their way up. Dark appears to be going for a Ling Bane style, hence the Baneling Nest, the melee upgrades. Clem, although, the other side, aside from the Liberator harassment and the Hellion creep tumor vendetta, that I can call it at this point, is going for what you might expect, kind of a tried-true Marine tank. Not going to be a drop, though, because it's going to be a push. Going for the fourth hatch. This mineral wall could actually be a really nice spot. You gonna do it? I think that's what Clem's going for. And Dark's not really gonna see it. The lack of Overlord vision. The Liberator pulls the Queen slightly out of position, which is going to allow these siege tanks to get set up. We're discovering the attack with creep tumors. Sounds about right for this match so far. The Queen count at a relatively healthy 9. Marines get to stem on the other side of the mineral wall. This is a lot of Lings, though. Oh my gosh. Well, they are definitely going to take some losses, though. The siege tank's not really touchable in this position. I quite like this, actually. Did you write this down? Terran players, where's my notes? Hang on, I'm gonna write this spot down. Amphion. Amphion tanks, minerals, wall. Got it. Okay. Yeah, I gotta remember this one from my games. This is a solid tank spot. The Marines get to push a little bit farther forward. They're gonna start to damage the hatchery. Dark decides, fed up with the shenanigans with this engagement, is going to just send a lot of Zerglings across. Gets a little bit of damage, more so from the siege tank's friendly fire than anything else. Marines still working this hatch down, making progress. Drones evacuated, if there were even drones here. Honestly, not too sure. And then they'll take half a minute to kill one egg. The siege tanks instantly deal with it. 12 SCVs fell on the other side, so Clem's attack kind of opening himself up to a little bit of damage at this point in time, too. Not going to get out perfect, not clean from this attack. Few Banes. They have their centrifugal hooks? I think so. Yes, they do. And Dark has been adding on Hydras behind this as well. Ling Bane Hydra. Favorite composition. I love it personally. Ooh, another hatch for Clem's troubles here. That's what, that makes two? 2 hatches falling. This one actually did have a few drones at it. It doesn't appear that any drones died, but they did lose a bit of mining time. Zerglings start to pick off the Chew Toy Depot, which is, you know, as intended, I suppose. That's why you build depots out here like that, to trip up things like Zerglings or Colossi. Do you know Colossi? One of the most easily distracted Protoss units. You just send them on an attack move, they find the most random things. It's like the first thing that comes into their range. Like, supply depot. Got it. I'm like, no, what about the Marines? What about the Marauders that are shooting at you? No. The depot. That's the target. That's the problem, child. Yes. Clem moving through the trench here, not getting the siege tank set up in time. I don't even think the Widow Mine's got to fire a bit. Gonna lose a decent amount, but still kicking. The Ling Bane essentially deleted. The Hydra is going to be the real backbone of any sort of defense at this point. Well, the siege tank's going to set up at the base of the ramp. The Marines can retreat to get a little support from them. But I don't think it's going to be enough. Marines falling too much, too quickly here. Siege tanks start to be picked off now. The Hydra Queen combo getting a bit of damage done. Clem decides to wiggle his way over to the right side. Hellbats. Did you purposely make Hellbats? Or was it an accident? Oh, the Widow Mines connect with a few queens. They're on a move command. Where are you going? The book club is that way. Let the Hydras deal with this. Regicide on the field, I say. Hellions. 4, 2. Maybe those were the original Hellions, actually. They just turned into Hellbats. The presence of the Hellbats confused me, so I'm going to go with Clem had saved them from earlier in the match, and that is why they were there. Oh. Denied. Oh god, pick them up. Pick them up. The Hydras could go for the medevacs, but not going to have a whole lot of success. Hydralisk's not quite very good at jumping across open space and cliffs. Thank gosh. That's a scary premise, actually. Oh, the Hydras pick off the medevac. This group on the right side will be deflected. Then, what's the plan here, Terrans? What have we got? Ghost Academy's on the way. Marines, Marauders, Mines. Units that start with M, of course. The Ghost, everyone's favorite late-game Terran unit. The Hive is about to complete. Lurker ends the choice. Okay. Get those sweet Lurker upgrades. I agree. I like the decision. Are we setting up for a late game? Is it going to be the good old Turtle Terran mode? I don't know. I wouldn't pick Clem for that style usually. No, knowing what I know, most of the games I see Clem not really marching to that tune, to that beat. Adrenal, the first pick, obviously, because 130 lings active on the field, 230 in the graveyard. It's going to be kind of an obvious pick. A drone starts to mine through this mineral wall instead of going up. Well, awkward. Clem's going to move a bit onto the creep here, start to try to pick off a few tumors. Widow Mines could burrow, but Dark, uncaring, unfazed by the development, just going to not send a bunch of Zerglings and Banelings into their own demise, not wanting to get flanked, I suppose, since, he got to see the forces walk off the creep. Decent Widow Mine shot, takes out a few Zerglings. Siege tank gets a hot pickup there. A few dents, a few teeth marks, perhaps, in the treads of that one. The drone, will not get this base up. Clem, though, outing these forces. I think this is the group that didn't have a medevac. They lost their medevac, and they're about to lose a whole lot more. Ghost production kicking in? Yes, 4 ghosts on the way at a time. A decent drop here does get dealt with eventually. Some drones were injured. I don't know about how many kills, though. Gosh, yeah, not a whole lot. Relatively even right now. Dark at a comfy 77, Clem at probably an equally comfy 72 workers. Adding on Liberators and Ghosts, which tells me Clem is thinking about the lurking problem. Yes, the lurking threat. What lurks below? Actually, nothing yet, because Dark hasn't made any lurkers. Dark is waiting until both upgrades are done and maybe +2 attack. Gonna get +3 armor before. Yeah, okay. Did the Seismic Spines finish? Seismic Spines did finish for the Lurkers. Adaptive Talons on the way as well. So those Lurkers will have both a long range and a speedy burrow. And now is the time. Nidus Network on the way. 11 Lurkers in the production tab. The Changelings will be found. Clem says, I don't have any barracks from that direction. What an odd way for Marines to exit my base. He knows. They are Changelings. They will be found. Lingbane Hydra here. What is all this? What is going on here? What is going on here, Dark? 6 dropper lords? What are these, for the lurkers? Okay. A standard match. It shall not be. You did not ask for this. Excellent. Nidus. When Nidus were on the way, the ghosts actually do spot it, though. Clem? Yeah, Clem knows about it. Ghosts specifically targeting this? Well, they get distracted by the overseers. The Nidus actually isn't even the true threat. What lurks below? Joke's on you. What falls from above? It's raining lurkers. What's that, girls? Oh my gosh. Reinforcement worm on the right side. Doesn't look like they're going to actually break through. There's a panic and escape worm. And it will actually be successful. Alright, Clem's a little distracted. Dealing with the lurkers in the main base. Scan, snipe combo should eventually deal with this, and Dark doesn't appear to be sending a whole lot through the worm. So everything will fall. The true damage I'm going to go with is the mental stability of the Terran, who has had their main base entered through force of chaos and will, and had a few barracks get destroyed. Well then. Hey boss, got no patience for sitting around. Oh my gosh. I feel like that should have done some damage to the siege tank. Okay. Lurkers over on the right side. Dark is kicking up the chaos. Another set of dropper lords dropping off adrenal lings into the main base. They're going to get the Ghost Academy, I think, which is actually a little destructive. There's only one. Clem already working on a replacement on the far right side, which is also under threat from lurkers and worms. Oh god, the siege tank probably died. Lings went through the Nidus worm, I think. Planetary will keep the ground held, but this is just chaos at this point. Dark has turned up the dial. Madness galore. I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to keep up with all of this. We're just going to zoom out, kind of enjoy what's going on here. The ghosts will cloak. There's no detection, so they'll only be hurt really by Baneling's splash damage. There's legitimately Zerg in all of the bases right now. Some of them are burrowed, some of them not quite showing themselves yet. But you factor in worms and changelings as well. We've only got one safe base on the map for the Terran. And things are not looking good so far. Clem having a bit of trouble trying to stabilize. Army supply heavily in favor. The issue's actually locking down. Getting to a safe spot, because you can't just abandon your base and your production. Nidus worm completes for one lurker. And there he goes. Lurk no more, he shall. Oh my god. The lurkers burrow right on top of the siege tank. Scan will go out, and a few Zerglings will reinforce. Might be able to get one of the siege tanks, but not sure they're going to get a whole lot else. Clem actually debating moving some stuff around. These Banes are about to complete, though. God, pick them up. Yeah, if you had more time, that would have worked excellently. Why here? For the vision. Of course. Thank you, Dark. I asked a question. I got an answer right away. It's like when you say a wrong answer on the internet. That's how you figure out the right answer to a question, you know. Don't ask the question. Say the wrong answer. Somebody will help you. Just do it on purpose. Clem desperately trying to secure a little bit of ground here, but there's just so much Zerg in every direction. The ghost count is at a healthy 19 so far. Okay. The issue still, there's lings, there's worms, they're still burrowed here in the main base too. One of the engineering bays will be picked off. I don't think that really matters at this point. Clem maxed out those upgrades, but no high-sec auto-tracking Indigos, the true upgrade we needed. Okay, you're right. Clem didn't get high-sec auto-tracking before the engineering bay fell. Game over. Alright, we can call it here. 20 minutes, no high-sec auto-tracking. For shame. Oh, Lurker will be dealt with, Worm will be destroyed, but right as this happens, Dark is hitting another spot. The production is just too on point. That's a lot of overseers, Batman. Call it an oversight. This base will be destroyed. The Ghost Academy falls for the second time this match, which is not going to be very good. It's getting close to Halloween, isn't it? Spooky time. You're gonna have something, maybe a ghost-related puns galore. More dropper lords on the way. Dark says, you know what? That's been working out pretty well. I think I'll take some more. And I really can't deny. I can't disagree. Holy fungal. Good God. Parasitic bomb and fungal growth combo. Medivacs will fall. What are you doing? That's a lot of Zerglings. 6 dropper lords full of Zerglings here. You do the math. It's a lot of teeth. Okay, how many teeth does each Zergling have? Do we know that number? Has somebody counted that? I bet you Timmy's got it. Alright, Zerglings will be dropped in the main base. Orbital command still here, but probably wishes for the alternative. Will be lifted as the building starts to burn. The right side under threat as well. Clem struggling just to keep the ground dark. Seems to be everywhere all at once. The ghost count is still fine though. As Clem loses bases, theoretically they should become a little bit easier to hold. This is the 3rd Ghost Academy that's been built this game, and it's already having a little bit of trouble. Get some Zerglings onto the siege tank. Well, they will eventually get it. Do they get the Ghost Academy? I don't think so. The ghosts rushing to defend their precious academy. They will succeed. Clem even repairing it at this point. A decent scan, make sure there's no burrowed lings, no future threats, but at this point, I'm sorry, did the planetary just smoke a few changelings? Excellent. The alert for Nidus worm detected on the left says 11. That means 11 Nidus worms tracked. How many? I gotta see. 10, yeah. 11 Nidus worms. Fabulous. Clem, I don't know. Coming back from this, just trying to stabilize. At this point, I think you just move the main base. Like, you're sitting here for 400 minerals. You're not even able to mine it. The main base has been attacked just as much as any other base, and Dark just seems to be gathering up forces for perhaps a final hurrah here. Splitting off some lings over the far right side. The Ghost group should definitely be able to deal with that. They will get it. Dark spots these army forces on the right side. Might be thinking of pulling the trigger over on the left. Going for one of these mining bases. Oh yeah. Coming in 2 different angles, multiple paths. The planetary will fall. There's even a few lings on the far right trying to flank that. Clem starts to make a little bit of headway on the right side, but it might just be too little too late. This base fell, which is never good. A few SCVs did fall. Oh my god, there's lings over here too. There's a Nidus worm at the back. Thank god the Ghost Academy's still here. And Clem, I think this is like death throes of a Terran move here. Sending a few groups out, just seeing what damage can I get done here. I will not go down without a fight, and that is one thing we all love and respect about him. But more SCVs falling. Group will be called back to the defense, try to clean up this Nidus worm. Is this base even worth saving at this point? There's, what? 400? There's 400 something minerals here. This force was dealt with eventually. The hatchery still stands. This one did fall though, so deny a little bit of mining. Gets a few drones for his trouble. Zerglings called back. Oh, there is a medevac, so lings will not have their success. Clem biting back. Holy resources lost. Good god. That's a lot. A lot has been thrown into this match. Has been dropped, has been wormed, has been exploded. Friendly fire, even a bit from the siege tanks too. What's our siege tank count at? 13 siege tanks. The ghost count has been having a bit of trouble, down to 8. Oh god, more lurkers Luckily, Lurkers haven't quite learned how to shoot their spines upwards to deal with the Liberator, but this is going to cause a bit of a headache, a bit of a problem. Dark on top of the infrastructure, production for the Terran, and then moving in. Ling, Vayne, Hydra at the front, going for the kill. Not going to be killed just yet, though. Siege tanks doing a decent job. Liberator set up overhead. More Vipers on the way, likely to deal with said Liberators. Because at the very least you can pull them, get them unsieged while you move in. Siege tank, still standing actually. 52 kills on this siege tank. Oh my god, that's a lot. How many Lings have died this match? How many Lings have been sacrificed? GG is going to go out. Clem had enough of the beating and the chaos that this Zerg was bringing today, from dropper lords to worms and Lings and Banes, just threats all around. Fantastic match. Thank you for the recommendation. If you enjoyed, be sure to let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Show the numbers. Oh, okay, let's see. So over the course of that match, 1,059 Zerglings. How many active too? 92 still active, so well over 1,100 Zerglings. Dropper Lords, of course, 12 Nidus Worms, 28 Lurkers. My gosh.